Guys, I recorded this entire video and somehow it wasn't recording. I feel like I need to get up right now and just check that this is recording again, because I've had a long day. I'm super tired and it's super late at night, and I think this is why this is not going right, but this is gonna happen today. Okay, now that out of the way and we know this video is actually recording, let's talk about what you're actually here for. So you want to know how to get through a CS degree without losing your sanity, like I just did a second ago. The first thing to acknowledge is that this is going to be extremely difficult. CS is by no means impossible, but it's definitely up there in terms of levels of difficulty. There were so many times where I questioned my decisions. I asked myself, do I hate me? I was frustrated, depressed, anxious. I was dreaming of literal semicolons. If you know, you know. I wasted countless hours banging my head against problems that wouldn't resolve themselves. I developed an unhealthy obsession with energy drinks and meal deals. Whilst my non-CS friends were living it up, I was debugging something. Recognize that you're choosing to dive into something that is probably going to be the hardest grind of your life. If you don't respect that, CS will chew you up, bounce you like a ball, deflate you, and let's not forget you have no social life. If you've heard all of this and you're still excited, then you're insane, and stop watching this video. You'll be fine. You will do just fine. For everyone else, let's get into it. How to survive. The first one sounds very obvious, but attend your lectures. If you go to a university like mine, my university was really heavily research based. So a lot of our lecturers were excellent research people, but they're not the best at delivering information. So it was really hard to be motivated to go to lectures. If you don't believe me, here's a clip.
One that talked about the Fibonacci numbers on Tuesday, and I can show you.
The thing is, going to lectures allows you to be exposed to certain nuances that you just need from the lectures. And whilst you're at the lectures, try and pay attention the first time. I know it's hard, guys. I've been there. I know it's hard. But then CS is the kind of subject where you don't want to get into these things on your own. You're better off starting the topics with someone giving you some sort of foundation. It is very tempting to just be like, I'll self-study, it's fine, my lecturer just reads from the slides anyway. I get it, but it's better whilst you are already in the lecture, whilst you already have that allocated time, just pay attention. It sounds very obvious, but this one is not that obvious. I know you know. So just pay attention. I don't want to sound like your mom, but guys, I cried multiple times in my CS degree, and I'm just trying to help someone not go through what I went through, okay? I mean, I know not everyone is me, but I also know computer science is hard. Second one is befriend your demonstrators. I don't know if this is a universal term for every university, but the lab guys, they're usually like PhD students that mark your assignments, and they help you when you've got like lab exercises. They explain them to you, they walk you through them. Those guys, befriend them. I don't know if I should be admitting this, but I had a demonstrator pretty much do half my assignment for me. And in my defense, it was assembly language. Who wants to code anything in assembly language? But speaking of assembly language, actually, whenever you have assignments like as insane as assembly, you know you will not be coding in assembly in industry. It really helps to look at it differently. So for example, one benefit of learning assembly is that you understand the underlying computer architecture, you understand the basic instruction set, processor registers, memory addressing, and when you start working on high-level code, you're able to subconsciously spot performance issues. So it's not a bad thing. But yeah, make friends with your demonstrators. They can help you so much. And staying on the lab topic, try and start doing your assignments in the labs. You usually find a lot of people doing their assignments in the labs because they might not want to run their assignments on their personal laptops because of performance issues or they just prefer to use the computers given to them. And that means you can ask so many people, you have so many options of who to ask for help on your assignments. And don't be shy to ask for help. And I didn't want to like dwell on the don't be shy to ask for help, because in computer science you don't have a choice. You always be in a situation where you need to ask for help. So if you're doing your assignments in the labs, you have access to so many people that can help you with the assignments. The next one is put more effort in the parts of the module that has a bigger weight on your grade. So I had assignments where I got 0%, but I was still fine because these assignments were worth like 10%. So it was better to pay attention to the 80% parts. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have graduated. The next one is start learning the easiest language possible. Start learning the easiest language. If you go to a university like mine where we didn't have the choice of what language to learn, or in terms of like course wise, we had to do all our assignments in Java. Any new concept or any like translation of concepts had to be done in Java. However, your final year project, you can code in whatever language you want. So if you start learning a new language really early, it's super easy when it's time to do your final year project, and you can put in more effort into being creative as to what you want to deliver rather than stressing on something not working. The other one is when you have coding assignments, over comment your code. Like, be dramatic, comment everything. Like, even if it's just a simple system.out.print, comment to say this prints out X, Y, and Z. It might feel like, oh, because you wrote the code, you remember what it means, but you won't. Guys, this is actually such a funny degree. But you won't remember what the code means. And that is so useful if you have future assignments that require you to use previous skills. So you can go back to your code and you know what it means, and you can reuse the same logic. So when it comes to exams, do the past papers and then go into context. I'm the kind of person that loves context. Like, I used to be that person that wants to read the textbook like cover to cover and then try and understand what they're teaching us. That was a waste of time. A waste of time. You want to pass your exams, people. So, and the other thing as well is like computer science is so broad. There's so much to learn, and they're packing in so much information in the 3 to 4 years you're going to be at university. So there is no way that the information delivered to you is the same as the way you might be trying to get it from a textbook. So whenever you're preparing for exams, look at the questions, study from the past papers, and then try and figure out the context around the question. Next one is start looking for jobs early, because you do not want to be stressed out about being potentially unemployed either during the summer or after you graduate. You just want to focus on finishing your degree, doing your assignments, because job hunting is another stressful thing. Start looking early. There is no such thing as being too early. I started looking in the first semester of my first year. I had my first interview in the summer of my first year. Yeah, I was not playing around. Start looking early. Did I already touch on paying attention to your lectures? I might have, but I'll just say it again. Guys, there's just certain things that you don't want to start looking at on your own. Pay attention. The next one is procrastinating. Okay. I am the queen. I am the queen of procrastinating. So I feel like a hypocrite even saying this. But the thing with, and I know computer scientists will love to procrastinate. There's an actual science that proves that computer scientists are like the biggest procrastinators in the world. But you know, it's not about being able to complete your assignment in the last minute, or if you're under pressure, you can do things quicker. I get all of that, but it's not even about starting and completing your assignment. It's about resolving issues, guys. Even the smallest issues can take days to figure out. You need to sleep on it, wake up, and it will literally be the smallest issue. And again, if you went to university like mine, we couldn't use IDs to code our assignments, which is just ridiculous, but that's just how it was. I mean, there's a benefit in doing that, but it also meant that it was really hard to resolve issues. You could be missing a semicolon and it would take you freaking 6 hours to figure out that it's actually a semicolon. In an IDE, it would tell you missing semicolon. If you're just compiling straight in the terminal, you won't even know that the problem is the semicolon. So you're better off starting early so that you can have time to resolve those issues. Assignments and plagiarism. Don't take code from the internet. Don't take code from the internet. I did it and it's not worth it. It's never going to work, because when it comes to code, it's like art. The way someone else goes about a problem, writes their algorithm, is just not the way you would, and you can't just plug someone else's art into your art. It doesn't work. And even if it does, the plagiarism thing, it's not worth it going down that route. You're better off finding a programmer you can interact with, whether this is on Fiverr, finding someone on Fiverr, or you ask someone, a relative, to introduce you to a software developer that can help you. Ask me, guys. DM me and ask me. Not me to code though, because I don't do the software development thing, but I can find someone that can code to help you, to walk you through these problems, than just getting code off the internet. Don't do that. You're better off even just using some random guy from Fiverr. Do any internships you can find. It was through the internships that I learned how to use things like Git, LaTeX. Of course, they taught us how to use LaTeX in first year, but I learned how to use it way better during my internships. I learned how to use frameworks, and although you might not use this during uni, this will be super helpful with your final year project, and you want your final year project to be done well, stress-free, because it holds so much weight to your degree. Watch videos on any computer science topic on repeat, especially the math kind of ones, the ones where they're going through problems. Not even the coding ones, mostly the math ones, or like the algorithm ones, the data structure ones, on repeat. I know it's so nerdy and you're like, oh, is this my life now? Yes, it is your life. So just do it. The next one is have friends, guys. Have friends. And when you have these friends, help them debug their code. Even if you have no idea what they're doing, what they've written, just do it, because you'd be surprised how much looking from a different perspective, looking at code, can help you improve, or just give you ideas for your own project. Like, I'll give a personal example, which I don't know if I should admit because it's just so dumb. I used to be such an idiot and give ridiculous naming conventions when it came to like variables. Like, for example, if I made like a movie database, like movie name, instead of literally just being called movie name, it would be something like Scarlett Johansson movie names. I don't know, just something really stupid. And it was until I was looking at my friend, oh my gosh, this is actually so dumb. Saying it out loud, I'm embarrassed. Maybe this is why I struggled in my degree, because I just used to do stupid things like that. And it was only when I looked at my friend's code when I'm like, wait, my naming conventions are stupid. One is study every day. I didn't study every day because who's got time for that? You have lectures literally from morning till 5 p.m. and then you have labs, and then you have to start doing your assignments. And if you're someone like me that struggled with assignments all the freaking time, I was always doing an assignment. So what time did I have to study? But I'm realizing if I did have even just a little bit of time to study, things would have been just a little bit less stressful. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm super exhausted, and I'm almost feeling as exhausted as I used to feel when I was a student. I just hope your computer science experience is a lot more joyful and peaceful than mine. I really respect computer science graduates. Like, even if I have a computer science and software development degree, I still, like, whenever I meet people with a CS degree, CS masters, I'm like, how did you do it? Because it's so hard. And guys, I'm not dumb. I'm not done. It's a real struggle. It's emotionally draining, but you can do it. If I can do it, honestly, I don't know. I don't even have confidence when I say you can do it, honestly, because I don't know how I did it, but apparently I know how I did it. So I wish you all the best, CS students, and I am standing with you in solidarity. Don't cry. I'm here for you.